Beginnings. It was a beautiful morning in the Hidden Leaf Village. The birds were chirping, and the people in the village were having their nice morning talking with friends and loved ones and enjoying the nice morning. The current Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki, was too busy filling out important paperwork to be able to enjoy the morning, but this didn't bother him too much since it's part of his job as Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. He hears a knock at his door. Naruto, come in. Shikamaru. Oi Hokage-sama. Naruto, come on Shikamaru, I've told you countless times to just call me Naruto. Shikamaru. Sorry about that. Anyway, you finished the paperwork? Naruto. Just about done with the ones that were sent from the Ninja Academy. Now I just need to finish up the ones that I saved last and I'll be good. Shikamaru. That's great. Listen, why don't you finish up that last batch of paperwork and you can rest up for the day? Lord knows you need it. Naruto, are you sure? I mean, surely there must be other files or paperwork that needs to be worked out. Shikamaru. It's all right, I got you covered, Naruto. I am your right-hand man after all. Besides, I've already done my side of work while you were working, so I figured since you were here working for the entire morning, you should go see your wife and kids. Naruto. Well, if you say so, Shikamaru. I'll finish up here and let you deal with the rest of the paperwork then. Shikamaru. You can count on me, Naruto. Naruto managed to finish up his paperwork and notified Shikamaru that he could take it from there. Naruto had the rest of the day to himself thanks to Shikamaru. Now he was just wondering what he would do. He didn't want to disturb Boruto's school time, and Hinata took Himawari to visit her grandfather. So he wasn't quite sure how to spend the rest of his day. Sakura was at her house alone. Sarada was at school, and her husband Sasuke was off in his mission to search for anything that could pose a threat to the village. She was beginning to feel really bored around the house, so she decided to turn on the TV to see if there was anything interesting on playing on the television. But as expected, there was nothing on that interested her. She then turned to the window and noticed a familiar face outside. It was Naruto, who seemed to be walking home with a bag in hand. She then decided to go out to call him. Sakura. Hey Naruto. Naruto. Oh hey Sakura. What's up? I thought you'd be at the hospital. Sakura. I didn't really feel so well, so I decided to take the day off. Naruto. Really? Are you all right? Sakura. Yeah, I'm fine now. I can't go back to work until tomorrow though, since they told me to take the day off. Naruto. That's good. You shouldn't push yourself too hard when working, so it's nice to be able to take a breather and relax at least for one day. Sakura. What about you? Shouldn't you be at the Hokage mansion right now? Naruto. The same thing pretty much happened to me, except Shikamaru told me I should take a break for today and said he'd handle the rest of the paperwork for me today. Sakura. I guess we're both hard workers, huh? Naruto. Yeah, I suppose so, haha. Sakura. Hey, you want to come inside? I'll make us something to eat. Naruto. Really? Sakura. Of course. What are friends for, right? Besides, I'm pretty sure you were just going to chow down on ramen for today, weren't you? Naruto. Well, Hinata's not home right now, so I figured why not, haha. Sakura. You're so predictable. And with that, Naruto and Sakura headed inside. End of chapter 1. Old feelings. Naruto and Sakura enjoyed their conversations after they ate, talking about their past together as a team and how their kids remind them of themselves when they were their age. Naruto had always enjoyed sharing conversations like this, since in the past all she ever did was telling him how much of an idiot he was when they worked together. Though he wasn't completely bothered by that, it was nice having a normal conversation rather than being her punching bag. Naruto then decided that it was about time he went on home. Going into the living, he noticed a familiar photograph in a frame. It was a picture of Team 7, with Sakura in the middle, Naruto on the right, Sasuke on the left, and Kakashi Hatake behind them. Naruto. Oh man, this sure brings back a lot of memories. Sakura. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? We were so young and full of energy back then, especially you, Naruto. Naruto. Yeah, though you can't really say the same for Sasuke. Sakura. I suppose so. Even though he was really quiet, he seemed to care for us. Naruto. Yeah, you're right about that. Naruto stared at the picture for what seemed like forever. Specifically, he was staring at Sakura in the picture. For some reason, Naruto felt a strange feeling. A feeling he hasn't felt in a very long time. Why is it coming back now? Naruto. Sakura. You're really beautiful. It took Naruto a brief moment to process what he just said. The words came out of his mind without him even realizing it. Sakura was quiet. She was also trying to process what Naruto has said to her. Naruto closed his eyes in fear that the fists would soon come, but they never did. He turned to Sakura and noticed something. She was blushing a little bit. Sakura. Oh, thank you, Naruto. Naruto. And no problem. Gee, sorry about that, Sakura. That was probably completely random, huh? Sakura. It's fine. Don't worry about it, Naruto. Oh hey, would you look at the time? You should probably head home, Naruto. Hinata's probably lonely right now. Naruto. Oh dang, you're right. Thanks for the food, Sakura, and have a nice day. Sakura. No problem, Naruto. See ya. Sakura closed the door and leaned back on it. She was thinking about the words that came from Naruto. Sakura. You're really beautiful. She started to blush even more thinking about that. Sakura couldn't understand why she was reacting this way. Later that day, Sakura was making dinner for Sarada since she had already returned from school. Sarada wandered into the kitchen where her mom was preparing the food. Sarada, you feeling better, Mom? Sakura, yes, it was nice taking the day off from work. I feel much better now, honey. Sarada, that's great to hear, Mom. Sarada went back to the dinner table and sat down. Sakura brought the 2 plates to the table and sat down to eat with her daughter. Sakura, so how was school, honey? Sarada, it was fine. Much of the work we did today was really easy, though it was hard to concentrate thanks to that idiot Boruto. Sakura, what did he do? Sarada, same old stupid tricks. He tried pulling a prank on Sensei with the old water bucket on top of the door trick. It failed miserably, though. Sarada then noticed her mom chuckling at her little story. She couldn't figure out why she was chuckling. Sakura, sorry, it's just that Boruto reminds me of his father a lot. Sarada, you mean Lord Hokage? Sakura, yes. Boruto is very much like Naruto back when he was his age. Sarada, what was Lord Hokage like when he was younger? Sakura, well, back when me, your father, and Naruto were Jinin, Naruto was much like how Boruto is today. Sarada, a big idiot? Sakura, yeah. Except the difference between Boruto and Naruto of the past is that Naruto did the foolish things he did to get attention from the Leaf villagers, while Boruto does these foolish things to get the attention of his own father. Sarada, I guess that explains why he made a fool out of Lord Hokage by messing with the stone faces. Sakura, but in the end Naruto grew out of these behaviors. He gained friends and allies, and when he earned the respect of the Leaf villagers. Sarada, why did he have to earn it? Sakura, that's something you'll just have to tell Lord Hokage yourself. Sarada, I'm okay. Sakura, yeah, Naruto truly did change a lot. Her mind drifted back to that moment again. She couldn't figure out why she kept thinking about it. For some reason, Sakura wanted to hear those words from him again. Sakura, you're really beautiful. Remembering those words again started to make her blush again. She tried covering her face with her hands, but Sarada had already noticed. Sarada? Mom? Is something wrong? Sakura, oh, of course, sweetheart. Everything's fine. Sarada, are you sure? Your face looks really red. Are you sure you're fine? Sakura, yep. Don't worry, Sarada, I'm all right. How about you finish up your food and I'll clean the plates, okay? Sarada, all right then. Sakura then took the plates and started washing them. She couldn't understand why she thought about him again. In front of her own daughter, too. It was already getting late, so Sakura decided that it was time to hit the hay. She brushed her teeth and went straight to her bed. She swiftly fell asleep. End of chapter 2. Why now? Naruto returned to his home seeing everyone was back. His wife Hinata was making food for the kids, Boruto was watching TV, and his youngest daughter Himawari was coloring a drawing she had made for him. He figured since he was able to return home early, he'd spend some time with his kids. Naruto, what you got there, Himawari? It's a drawing, Papa. I made it just for you. Naruto took the paper in hand to see that it was a colored drawing of his entire family on a hilltop with flowers and the sun peeking out the corner of the paper. He thought it was really sweet of her. Naruto, thank you so much, Hima. I'll be sure to treasure this. Himawari, thanks, Daddy. Naruto, guess what, Himawari? Himawari, what, Daddy? Naruto, your dad brought you a present. Since you're always being a good girl at school and at home, I wanted to reward you with a present. Himawari, what is it, Daddy? What did you get me? Naruto, it's something you've Alwa. Then it suddenly hit him. Just now Naruto realized that the toy that he had gotten for Himawari was in a bag that he left at Sakura's house. He had forgotten all about it because of what had happened today. He couldn't stop thinking about what he had just said to Sakura. Naruto, oh man. Himawari, Daddy? Hinata, what's wrong, Naruto? Naruto, I sort of forgot something back at Sakura's house. Boruto, is it the gift? Naruto, yeah. I'm going to go out real quick. Hopefully they're still up. Hinata, are you going right now? Why don't you just go get it tomorrow? Naruto, sorry, it's just that this is the only time I'll probably be able to get a chance to come back home early, and I don't want to waste my chance. Naruto, don't worry, Hima. Daddy's going to go get your present, okay? Himawari, Daddy always forgets. Naruto, haha, sorry, sweetie. Daddy's coming back, okay? Himawari, okay. Just as he was about to open the door, he felt a tug on his left sleeve. It was Hinata. She had a worried expression on her face. Naruto, what's wrong, Hinata? Hinata, Why were you at Sakura's house, Naruto? Oh, it's just that Sakura just so happened to take the day off today as well. So she invited me into her home and ate food. Why do you ask? Hinata. Just wondering. Naruto. Oh, okay, then I won't take long. Hinata. Okay. As Naruto was walking to Sakura's house, he couldn't help but wonder why Hinata had such a worried expression on her face. He shook off the thought and continued towards Sakura's house. His mind drifted back to Sakura. For some reason, he couldn't stop thinking about what he said to Sakura. Whenever he thought back to that moment, he would get a strange feeling in his chest, one that he hasn't felt in a very long time. He stopped thinking about it, continued forward. Sakura suddenly woke up from her sleep. Sakura. Why was I dreaming about him? Sakura had woken up from a dream about Naruto. She couldn't understand why she had such a dream. She decided to go downstairs to the kitchen to pour herself a glass of water. Then suddenly, she heard knocking from the door. She wondered who it could have been since it was so late at night. She went to the door and looked through the peephole and saw that it was Naruto. She opens the door. Sakura, Naruto. Naruto. Hey, Sakura. Sorry for coming here so late. I didn't wake you up, did I? Sakura. No, it's fine. I couldn't really sleep anyway, so I decided to stay up a little. So what brings you here? Naruto. I might have left a bag here, haha. It's a toy plushie that's in the bag. Sakura. I was wondering when you'd come back for it. Come inside, I'll go get it. It's in my room. Naruto. Sure thing. Naruto then went inside the house for the second time today and sat down on the couch while Sakura went upstairs to get the bag. Naruto looked back at the picture that was on the end table. Thinking about what he said today made him feel embarrassed. Why did he have these thoughts running through his head? He was sent back to reality when Sakura called out his name twice. Sakura. Naruto? Naruto. Oh, Sakura. Sorry, I think I was daydreaming. Sakura. It sure looked like it. Anyway, I got the toy for you. Naruto. Thanks. I can't believe I forgot about it. Sakura. Is it for Himawari? Naruto. Yeah. I wanted to get her this since she's always so understanding of my work. Sakura. I see. That's really nice of you, Naruto. Naruto. It's the least I can do for her. Well, I guess I'll be going now. As Naruto walked past her, he felt a tug on the back of his shirt. He turned to see that Sakura had her hands on the back of Naruto's shirt. Naruto? Sakura? Sakura. Naruto. Did you mean what you said today? She wasn't looking at him when she asked. Naruto was starting to blush a bit while Sakura was getting a lot redder by the second. Naruto. Yes, Sakura. You've been thinking about it too, haven't you? Naruto. Sakura. I don't know why, but it's coming back to me again. Sakura. Why? Naruto. Huh? Sakura. Why now? So much time has passed for the both of us. We ended up getting married and even ended up having kids. So why now, Naruto? Naruto. I don't know, but every time I think back to what I said, my chest feels funny. There's only reason for that. Sakura. Does that mean? Naruto. Sakura. I still love you. Sakura didn't say a word. Naruto had figured out that it was indeed a feeling he had buried a long time ago, and now it's coming back to him again. Sakura. You're such an idiot. Naruto. Sakura. Why? Why would you say that, Naruto? Naruto. It's what's going on in my heart right now. I thought I had buried these feelings for you after you married Sasuke, but I guess I was wrong. What about you, Sakura? Sakura. Naruto. Please leave. Naruto. Sakura. Please answer me. Sakura. Please. Just go. Sakura turned her back against him. She didn't want to give him an answer that could ruin both of their families. The tears started running down her face. Suddenly, she felt Naruto wrapped his arms around her from behind and gave her a hug. Naruto. Sakura. Sakura. Naruto. They stared into each other's eyes, then they did something that would answer Naruto's question. They shared a kiss together. End of chapter 3. Love affair. They both kissed for what seemed like forever, their tongues battling for dominance. Naruto heard Sakura moan into the kiss. He thought it was the cutest thing he had ever heard. They both stopped for breather. Sakura was blushing really hard. She didn't think that this would happen, but it did, and she didn't seem bothered that it did. Sakura. Naruto. Naruto. Sakura. I'm so sorry. Sakura. It's okay. I'm the one that should be sorry. Naruto. For what? Sakura. For always pushing you away. For ignoring your feelings for me. Back then, I thought you would only say those words just to annoy me like a kid, but I never realized that you actually meant those words. It's only now that I realize that you really do love me. Naruto. I suppose it's better late than never, right? They hugged for a while. Sakura was crying into Naruto's chest, while Naruto gave a warm smile to Sakura. Naruto. So does this you mean? You love me? Sakura. Geez, you really are an idiot, aren't you? Naruto. Well, you know me, haha. Sakura. Yes, Naruto. I love you. Hearing those words made Naruto's heart beat faster. For the longest time of his life, he wished for this kind of moment. After Sakura married Sasuke, he knew that he would have to bury those wishes he had to make room for a new life with Hinata, but hearing those words coming from the person he loved for a very long time made him so happy. Suddenly, Naruto kissed her again. The kiss seemed more desperate, but it didn't bother Sakura. She began to moan into the kiss again, and this drove Naruto crazy. He lifted her up and pinned her against the wall, while Sakura wrapped her legs around Naruto's waist. He began moving his hand around her. His hand then wandered to Sakura's mounts. This made Sakura jump a little bit after he gave her left breast a little squeeze. Suddenly, Sakura grabs Naruto's hand and gently pushed it away. Naruto? Sakura? Sakura. Sorry, it's just, we should take this upstairs. Naruto. Yeah, okay then. Sakura. Naruto. We'll need to be quiet. Sarada's sleeping. Naruto. I'll try. Sakura. Me too. Naruto then carried Sakura princess style and took her upstairs to her room. Once they entered the room, Naruto locked the door behind them and gently laid Sakura on the bed. Sakura got on top of Naruto and they both started kissing again. This time the kiss was slow and tender. Sakura was enjoying this. After a long kissing session, they both stopped for a breather. Naruto, Sakura, I love you so much. Sakura, I love you too. I love you very much. Naruto, Sakura, are you sure you want to do this? I mean, we can wait if you want to. Sakura, yes, I do. Naruto. Naruto, Sakura. Sakura, Naruto. They both expressed their true feelings that night. Naruto's feelings for Sakura had resurfaced and was finally accepted by Sakura. Now a secret relationship had begun with these two. End of chapter 4. A new day. It was morning. A lovely one at that. Naruto was looking outside through the window and thought about how beautiful it was. Then he stared at Sakura's sleeping face. He thought about how much of an angel she looks like when she sleeps. He put his hand on her cheek and kissed her. The kiss woke her up, and she smiled to the warm good morning kiss. It had been a long time for Sakura since she last felt like this. She was really happy, but at the same time she felt some guilt. Naruto felt some guilt as well. A relationship that had begun due to feelings that had only resurfaced last night would ultimately mean the destruction of both of their marriage. They both knew that their relationship would be revealed if they weren't careful. Sakura, Naruto, how are we going to make this work? Naruto, we'll figure this out together, Sakura. I promise. Sakura, Hinata, I feel bad about doing this to her. Naruto. Naruto, the same goes for me with Sasuke. Sakura. Like I said, we'll figure this out, okay? Sakura. Okay. They both hugged each other in an attempt to make the thoughts of guilt vanish, and it worked. Their thoughts of guilt suddenly vanished when they both embraced each other. Sakura enjoyed Naruto's warmth. It made her feel so relaxed. She felt like she could stay this way forever. Sakura's skin was smooth and nice. Naruto felt like she was on the verge of breaking her due to the fact of how smooth and small she was. Suddenly, there was knocking at the door. Sarada, Mom? Are you there? Sakura, yes, honey. Is something wrong? Sarada, well, I went downstairs and there was no breakfast. Are you feeling all right? Sakura, oh, sorry, dear. Just grab some money from my purse and buy something at school, okay? Sarada, okay. Why's the door locked? Naruto didn't make a single move. He was too afraid to make a sound, so he stayed still on the bed. Sakura was holding Naruto's hand tightly in fear that Sarada would discover them. Sakura, I just wanted to lock it for some reason, dear. Hurry up and make your way to school. You don't want to be late. Sarada, okay. Bye, Mom. Sakura, have fun at school, dear. Sarada finally left to school, leaving just Naruto and Sakura alone in the house. Sakura had her hand to her chest to try and calm her beating heart. Naruto, that was close. Sakura, too close. It's a good thing you locked it, Naruto. Naruto, yeah, that would have been it. Sakura, Naruto, we gotta go to work. We'll be late too. Naruto, oh man, I almost forgot. Naruto and Sakura both got up and started to clean up. Naruto had put on the same clothes from last night, while Sakura got some new clothes from her closet. Sakura started fixing the bed and Naruto helped out. Sakura, I'm gonna go shower first, okay? You can wait on the bed. Naruto, Sakura, what's wrong? Naruto, well, since it would be a lot faster, how about we both go in? Sakura, oh well, okay. Naruto, really? It's fine if you don't want to. Sakura, no, it's okay. I was actually, Naruto, yeah? Sakura, I was actually hoping you would say that. She gave him a warm smile while blushing a bit. Naruto was so fond of her smile. It would melt his heart every time she would smile. It was something he wanted to protect. Naruto, then shall we? Sakura, yeah. Before Naruto decided to make his way to the Hokage mansion, he created a shadow clone and sent it back home with the toy still in the bag. His clone entered the house to see that it was empty. He made his way upstairs and into Himawari's room. He took the toy out of the bag and placed on Himawari's bed. Then he felt someone's presence behind him. He turned around to see that it was his son Boruto. Boruto? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be in school? Boruto. I was, but the class was canceled due to Shino-sensei being absent and the staff couldn't find a substitute. Naruto, I see. Boruto. Dad, you made Hima sad last night. Where were you? Unlike Naruto, his son is relatively smart. He just chooses to sometimes act like a fool in order to get his father's attention. He was suspicious of his father, so he had to choose his next words carefully. Naruto. Oh, that's because I needed to do something back at the Hokage mansion, so I figured I'd get it done. Boruto. Was it important? Naruto. Well, yeah actually. Boruto. More important than your own daughter? Naruto. Boruto, why do you have to put it that way? You know that the whole village is my family too, and by protecting the village I'm protecting my family. What's with the questions? Boruto. It's just, don't get Himawari's hopes up just so you can bring it down crashing, okay? Naruto. You're right, Boruto. I'll be sure to apologize to your little sister when I get the chance. Boruto. You better. She really loves you, Dad. Just remember that. Boruto then left the room and went in his own room. Naruto stood there for a moment thinking about his son's words. Then the shadow clone disappeared and the room was finally empty of anyone inside. Naruto managed to make it at the Hokage mansion in time. He went into his office to see that Shikamaru was staring out the window. Shikamaru. Hey Lord Hokage. Naruto, come on Shikamaru. I told you already to just call me Naruto. Shikamaru. And like I told you Naruto, you're the Hokage. It's important to properly address you by your title. Naruto. Yeah, I guess you're right. Shikamaru. Anyway, it's strange to see you barely making here in time. You're here a lot sooner. Naruto. Yeah, well, something came up. It's over now and I'm ready to work. So what's there to do? Shikamaru. The usual, but first I need to give you this. Naruto? A message? Is it from Sasuke? Shikamaru. Yes, he's coming back tomorrow. Naruto. What? The sudden burst surprised Shikamaru. He didn't expect Naruto to react in such a way. Naruto put his hand over his mouth. His reaction was impulse. He didn't mean to react this way, but it just happened. Shikamaru, are you alright? Naruto, why am fine. Sorry about that, Shikamaru. I don't know what got over me. Shikamaru. This didn't really happen before when I would inform you of Sasuke's arrival. Did something happen yesterday? Naruto. Oh no, it's nothing really. It's just it's always great to know that Sasuke gets to spend some time here, you know? Shikamaru. I suppose so. Listen, I need to head out. You get started on the paperwork. I'll bring in some more in a few hours or so, alright? Naruto. You got it. Shikamaru proceeded to leave the room. Naruto started working on his paperwork. He couldn't shake his mind off of the fact that Sasuke was coming back so early. The only thing he had hoped for was that he wouldn't find out about his relationship with Sakura. Naruto. Sasuke. I'm so sorry. End of chapter 5. The promise. The day had already been over for Naruto. He was exhausted from all the hard work he went through and was looking forward to going back home. But he needed to head to Sakura's house first in. He needed to give her the news about Sasuke's return. He made sure he wasn't being followed while heading to her house. Fortunately for Naruto, it was already pretty dark outside and he didn't see anyone close by. Sakura was watching TV all by herself on the couch. She was wondering if Naruto would come by tonight. Then she heard someone knocking on the door. She got up from the couch and went to it. She peeked through the peephole of the door to see that it was Naruto. She was really happy when she saw him, so she opened the door. Sakura. Naruto. Naruto. Hey Sakura. After they had both greeted each other, Sakura let Naruto into her home. The second Naruto entered the house, Sakura didn't hesitate to give Naruto a big hug. She was thinking about the night they had shared with each other last night, and she was hoping for Naruto to come see her again. Sakura. I missed you. Naruto. I missed you too, Sakura. Where's Sarada? Sakura. She's at a sleepover with her friends. Naruto. I see. Sakura. What about your family? Aren't they going to wonder why you're not home? Naruto. It's okay. They're all asleep right now. Besides, they all know that I come home pretty late anyways. Sakura. Oh, okay. Naruto. Sakura. There's something you should know. Sakura. What is it? Naruto. Shikamaru gave me a message that came from Sasuke's hawk. It said that he'd be coming back next week. Sakura. Oh, I see. Naruto. Yeah. Sakura. Did it say what day? Naruto. It said he'd be here next week on Monday. He said he won't be staying long though. Sakura. We'll have to be careful, Naruto. Naruto. Yeah, I hear ya. Sakura held Naruto a bit tighter and plunged her face to his chest. She was starting to feel anxious. Sasuke isn't a fool. If he notices that something seems off, he won't rest until he figures it out. The thought of her husband made her feel nervous. She loved Naruto, but she also didn't want to hurt her only daughter. The same went for Naruto, except it'll 10 times worse for him. He'll be hurting not only Hinata and Boruto, but his youngest daughter as well. Naruto, Sakura, are you gonna sleep right now? Sakura, well, I was going to, but now that you're here, I guess I won't be yet. Naruto, good, because I was wondering if you wanted to go to the training area. Sakura, right now? It's pretty late, Naruto. What if someone sees us? Naruto, don't worry, nobody's ever around there this time of hour. Besides, since we only have these 2 days to be with each other like this, I figured we should go out. Sakura, well, I guess so. Naruto, all right. He gave Sakura a kiss on her forehead, gave her a warm smile. She always loved it when Naruto smiled. It warmed her heart up whenever she saw it. Sakura went upstairs to check on Sarada first. She wanted to make sure she was sleeping. Then they both exited the houses and started making their way towards the old training area. Naruto and Sakura were already halfway there on foot. Sakura noticed that Naruto kept glancing at her. It was direct, but it seemed that he was staring at her hand. Sakura knew what Naruto wanted to do, but wanted to play around with him for a little bit. Sakura, what's wrong, Naruto? Naruto, oh, it's nothing. Sakura, oh really? I noticed that you keep glancing at me, Naruto. I know that something is wrong, so tell me. Naruto, well, Sakura, come on, you can tell me. Naruto was stopped in his tracks after Sakura got in front of him, closing the space between the two. Naruto, well, I was wondering if we could hold hands. Naruto was starting to turn a little red from embarrassment after he said that. Sakura stared at him and started to chuckle. Naruto gave her confused, while suddenly Sakura burst out laughing. Naruto, what? Sakura, I'm sorry, Naruto. I really am. It's hard to believe that you're 27. Naruto, hey, you know I'm not that great when it come to date, Sakura. Even when I went out with Hinata, I acted like this. Naruto had his back to Sakura with arms crossed. She gave him a hug from behind. Sakura, I'm sorry, Naruto. Naruto turned around and hugged her back. Naruto, don't sweat it. They both stared into each other's eyes and finally kissed. The kiss was short but was still more than enough for Sakura. After the kiss, they continued forward for the training area. With their hands held, they had both finally arrived at their old training area. Memories started flowing into both of their minds. Being there was very nostalgic. They both noticed that the old 3 logs were still there. Even these logs gave them nostalgia. Naruto, man, I still remember this like it was yesterday. Sakura, yeah, you were going on and on about how you didn't need the food. Then a moment later, your stomach was telling us everything. Naruto, haha. Well, I thought I was able to pull it off. Guess being tied up to a log and not eat anything was a lot harder than I thought. They walked around a bit, remembering their best moments as a team and taking in all the nostalgia. Then they decided to take a little break from all the walking. They both sat down, cuddled up underneath a tree. They both gazed at the stars, taking in all of its beauty. Naruto, Sakura, yes, Naruto, do you want to tell them? Sakura, who? Naruto, you know who? Sakura, Naruto, I'm still not sure yet. Naruto, it doesn't have to happen right away, it's just sooner or later they're going to find out, and I don't want them to find out in a bad way, you know? Sakura, I understand. It's just that I'm really scared to think about it. Hinata is a close friend. I love Sarada, and to think about what Sasuke would say to this relationship. To betray my close friend and betraying Sasuke, it hurts to think about it. Naruto, I understand. We're both on the same boat, Sakura. When the time comes, we'll both confess to them together. Promise? Sakura, okay, I promise. I love you, Naruto, with all my heart. Naruto, I love you too. After exchanging their declaration of love to each other, the two of them kissed. It was slow and tender. Naruto moved his tongue to her mouth, asking for permission. She gladly opened her mouth and let his tongue in. She then moaned into the kiss, and Naruto was starting to get really aroused to the sound of her moans. Naruto started to walk Sakura back to her home. It was time for the both of them to hit the hay. Once they got to Sakura's house, Naruto lets go of her hand and kisses her on the forehead. Sakura, we still have one more day until he comes back, right? Naruto, that's right. Sakura, so, what do you want to do tomorrow night? Naruto, maybe just watch a movie together inside? Sakura, sounds great. Naruto, well, good night, Sakura. Sakura, good night, love. They both gave each other a peck on the lips and parted ways. Naruto felt really happy tonight. He was able to have a date with Sakura, and he gets to see her again tomorrow. Naruto was thinking about the promise he had made with her. It made him feel a bit uneasy, but he knew that it was the right thing to do, to at least let his wife know that his feelings for her changed. It would hurt a lot for him to do that, but he knew that no matter what he needed to do the right thing. End of chapter 6. Fearful fruitions. It had already been lunchtime for Boruto. His friends were having a nice chat with each other while Boruto wasn't even eating anything. Instead, he was just sitting there lost in his thoughts. Boruto was still wondering about that day, about why his dad didn't come home that night. It's been bugging him ever since. Then someone had put their hand in front of his face while waving it up and down. Inogen. Hello? Earth to Boruto. Anybody there? Boruto, would you knock it off? Inogen. Sorry. What's up? You were pretty quiet during class today. Mitsuki. He's right. Is something wrong? Boruto. I'm fine. Really I am. It's just, I should probably talk to Sarada about this instead. No offense, guys. Shikadai. Is it something serious? Boruto. I'm not quite sure yet, but all I know is that maybe I can find out if talk to Sarada about this. Mitsuki. Well, she's still in class with the other girls. You could head there right now while we're on break. Boruto. I think I'll do that. Boruto got up from his spot and threw his food away. He made his way towards his class to find Sarada. He knew that talking to her would be kind of a hassle since they don't relatively get along with each other, but he needed to get to the bottom of this. He entered the class to see that Sarada was indeed still here along with some other classmates. Boruto. Sarada. Boruto? What do you want? Boruto. Look, I know you and I don't really get along with each other, but I need to talk to you about something. Sarada, really now? Is it that important? Boruto. Yes. Sarada. Fine, but you better not be wasting my time, you idiot. Boruto. Just come with me, Four Eyes. Sarada complied with Boruto and went along with him. They left the class and went somewhere private. They made their way to the roof of the school. It seemed to be a better place to talk in private compared to just a hallway. Sarada. So what is it? What do you want? Boruto. Sarada. Has your mom ever talked to my dad recently? Sarada. What? Why do you ask? Boruto. Just answer me. Did they or not? Sarada. No. If they did, I probably wasn't around. Boruto. Really? What about at home? Did he ever come visit? Sarada. Boruto, why are you asking me these questions? What the hell is wrong? Boruto. It's just, never mind. Sorry for wasting your time. Sarada. What? Wait, Boruto didn't listen to her. He just continued to walk back to class. Break was already over. Sarada, geez. That idiot. Sarada was confused. She couldn't understand why Boruto was acting that way. It was the first time she's ever seen him like that. Almost like he was worried about something. She shook the thought away and made her way to class. During class, Sarada noticed that Boruto wasn't paying attention. In fact, he seemed to be lost in thought. Shino-sensei got him in trouble for not paying any attention. This brought him back to reality and started paying attention to his lessons. School was now over and Sarada started to walk home. She came home to see that her mother was cleaning the house. Sakura. Oh, hi, honey. How was school? Sarada. It was all right. Sakura. I see. Are you hungry? You want me to make you anything? Sarada. No thanks. I'm just gonna head upstairs. Sakura. All right, dear. Sarada started to head up the stairs, but then suddenly stopped in her tracks. She remembered what Boruto was going on about today. She just assumed that Boruto was just imagining things. Until she realized that time she came back home from school. The day her mom took a break from work. At the time, she had realized that her mother had eaten something when she went to the kitchen. She noticed that there were 2 plates in the sink that were yet to be washed. At first, she just thought she was really hungry, but then she asked herself, why would she have eaten using 2 plates instead of using the same one? She thought of this and thought of what Boruto was asking her about. Then she turned around to ask her mom a question. Sarada. Hey mom. Sakura. Yes? Sarada. That day you took the day off. Did someone come to visit you? Sakura suddenly stopped doing what she was doing and froze. Sakura. Why do you ask, dear? Sarada. Oh, I was just wondering. So did anyone come over? Sakura. Yes, dear. It was just Naruto, dear. Sarada. Lord Hokage? What was he doing here? Sakura. I just invited him over to have a little chat. Sarada. Did you two eat something as well? Sakura. Yeah, we did. He said he was going to eat ramen again, and I couldn't just let that idiot eat more of that. So I prepared something for the both of us. Sarada. Is that so? Sakura. Yes, dear. Is something wrong? Sarada. Oh, it's nothing. Sorry for asking that. Sakura. It's no problem, Sarada. Sarada then headed upstairs and went in her room. It was already late. It was dark outside and Sarada was getting ready to sleep. Her mother came in for a moment to tell her good night. Sakura went downstairs watching TV, waiting for Naruto to come by to spend time with her. She then thought about the night she shared with him, She enjoyed their date together. It was now pretty late at night. Sakura was just about ready to fall asleep until she heard knocking at the door. She knew it was him since the knocks were pretty quiet. She opened the door to see that it was her love. Naruto, hey, Sakura. Hi. He entered the house. Then Sakura gave Naruto a hug. Naruto gave her a hug as well. Then after the hugging stopped, they kissed for a little bit, then stopped. Sakura, how was work? Naruto, the usual, working on files and paperwork. What about you? Sakura, it was all right. So what do you want to do? Naruto, movies? Sakura, they better not be horror. Naruto, haha, why not? Sakura, I'm not good with horror movies. Naruto, Naruto, you're super strong. Sakura, and you're afraid of a little jump scares? Sakura, shut up. Naruto, haha, I'm sorry. Where's Sarada? Sakura, she's asleep. Naruto, I see. So you got anything in mind? Sakura, we can watch movies, but no horror, got it? Naruto, fine, fine. No horror. Sakura chose to instead put on a romantic movie for the both of them. They were already half an hour into the movie, and Sakura noticed that Naruto was actually enjoying the movie. She then giggled a bit. Naruto, what's so funny? Sakura, it's just that I never thought you would actually enjoy this. Naruto, it's actually pretty interesting. Sakura, really? I thought you were just going to tell me to put something else on. Naruto, well, I did mature after all. Sakura, that you did. Then they were lost in each other's eyes. They got closer to each other, and finally Naruto initiated the kiss. At this point, the movie was now irrelevant to them. Naruto proceeded to remove his clothes and Sakura's as well. After their clothes were removed, Sakura wrapped her legs around Naruto's waist, pulled him in closer for a kiss. It was a lot deeper than before. Then, they both heard a creak from the steps on the stairs. They both froze in their actions. Naruto looked up, and his worst fear came into fruition. It was Sarada. She looked at the both of them, completely and utterly shocked. Sarada, Mom? Lord Hokage? End of chapter 7. Decision. Sarada, I can't believe this. Sakura, Sarada. Wait. Sarada ran upstairs, went to her room. She locked the door. Sakura couldn't move. Despair and sadness had filled her heart, and now her tears were suddenly coming. Naruto hugged her. He couldn't believe this happened. She was crying into his chest. She hated seeing her like this. He had seen too much of it during their younger days. Finally, Naruto said something. Naruto, Sakura, you should go talk to her. I'll go head back home. Sakura, no, wait. Just as Naruto got off the couch, Sakura hugged him really tightly from behind, not wanting to let him leave yet. Sakura, please, don't go. Naruto, what about Sarada? Sakura, I'll talk to her. Just please, don't go yet. Naruto, all right. I'll stay right here. Sakura, I'm scared. I can't believe this. Naruto, I know. Me too. Sakura then went upstairs and made her way to Sarada's room. He tried opening the door only to realize that it was locked from the other side. She put an ear on the door and heard Sarada crying on the other side. It broke her heart to hear this. Sakura, sweetie, it's me. Can you please open the door? Sarada, go away. Sakura, what's that, dear? Sarada, I said go away. Sakura was on the verge of crying after hearing those words. Sakura, please. I just want to talk this out with you. Sarada, please. Open the door. Then it was quiet for a moment. She heard footsteps coming towards the door from the other side. The door was opened and saw that Sarada was crying. Sarada, come in. Sakura, thank you. She entered the room and sat down with Sarada on the bed. Sarada didn't want to look at her mother in the eyes. Sarada, how could you? How could you do this to Dad? Sakura, I'm sorry you had to find out like this. Sarada, Naruto and I were planning on telling everyone. We didn't want you to find out like this. Sarada, do you not love Dad anymore? Sakura, that's not it, dear. I still love him. It's just, I don't love him romantically anymore. Sarada, what you're doing to him, behind his back, it's not right. Sakura, I know. I'm a terrible mother, which is why I'll leave it all to you. Sarada, huh? Sakura, I'll give you the choice to whether or not you'll tell your father or not. It's up to you. Sarada, won't that mean I won't be able to see you anymore? Sakura, it will. I'll probably be living somewhere else, but the chances of you getting to see me again are low. Sarada, you're not going to tell me to keep this a secret? Sakura, I know what I did was wrong. I knew that something like this would happen, and I hurt you because I did this, which is why it's up to you to decide. Your father is coming back tomorrow night, so it's the perfect chance for you. Sarada, do you love Lord Hokage now? Sakura, Sarada, when I was your age, I saw that man and thought how much of a curse it was to have him on the same team as me and your father. Sarada, really? Sakura, yeah. Then, little by little, As I was growing up, I realized what kind of person he was. No matter how bad I treated him, he still seemed to care for me. Sarada, if you loved him, then why did you marry Dad? Sakura, I thought I loved your father, but as it turned out, it was a different kind of love. Almost like an older brother I never had. When I married your father, I knew that I had to bury my old feelings for Naruto and try to make new ones for your father. But in the end, my old feelings came back. I love Naruto, and I love you too, Sarada, but I also know that what I did wasn't fair to you or to your father. Sarada, I see. Sakura, which is why I'll let you decide, sweetie. Sarada, I don't know. I need time to think about this. Sakura, I understand, Sarada. Take your time. Just know that whatever decision you make, I'll always love you. Sarada, Mom. Sakura, good night, Sarada. Sakura then proceeded to leave the room, leaving Sarada alone in her room. As she left her room, she noticed Naruto was leaning against the wall. Naruto, I heard everything. Sakura, let's go downstairs. They made their way downstairs and into the living room. Naruto saw that Sakura was crying a bit, so he gave her a hug. Sakura, Naruto, I don't want to lose you. Naruto, I don't want to lose you either, but when the time comes, we'll just have to be strong for it. Sakura, I don't think I'm able to. Naruto, of course you can. It's part of the reason why I fell in love with you. Sakura, Naruto, kiss me. Naruto, of course. Without another word, they both shared a kiss. While this was happening, Sarada was spying on the two from the stairs. Once she's seen enough, she went back upstairs and into her room, where she finally decided to hit the hay. A new day was upon the Hidden Leaf Village. Sarada was walking to schools. With her friends, she was still thinking about what had happened the previous night. It was her choice whether to end their relationship or to continue it. Her father would be coming home that night. She couldn't imagine what her father would do if he found out. The day went by as usual. School was already over, and she went home. It was late at night. Sarada and Sakura had prepared dinner for Sasuke. The door had suddenly opened, and Sasuke was home. The family ate at the dinner table. It was kind of quiet, but then Sarada decided she wanted to say something. Sarada, Dad. Sakura didn't look at her. She was prepared for her to tell him everything. Sasuke, yes? Sarada, when are you going to teach me some new jutsus? End of chapter 8. Her happiness. Sasuke, new jutsus? Have you mastered your fireball jutsu? Sarada, no, but Sasuke, then maybe when you mastered it, I'll show you some new jutsu, okay? Sarada, okay. Sasuke, is something wrong, Sakura? Sakura, oh, it's nothing. Sakura was expecting her daughter to tell him everything, but for some reason she didn't. They had eaten their food for the night. Sakura was cleaning the plates while her daughter was helping her out. They didn't say a word to each other. It was almost time for Sakura to go to sleep. Her husband was already in bed and asleep. Sakura had finished brushing her teeth and started making her way to the room. But then Sarada called her out. Sarada, Mom, can I talk to you for a minute? Sakura, of course, sweetie. She then followed Sarada into her room and closed the door. She sat on the bed with her. Sakura, why didn't you tell him? Sarada, I've decided. Sakura decided? Sarada, that I won't tell anyone. Sakura, really? Sarada, yes. Sakura, why? Sarada, well, I thought about it really hard. At first, I was really mad at you. To do something like this when you're already married to Dad is wrong. But then I realized that you must have been really happy to be with Lord Hokage. I wanted to understand your feelings for him. So when you left my room to see that you were crying, it was really hard for me to watch. Sakura, Sarada, so I've decided that I won't tell anyone about your relationship with him. Not even to Dad, but I want you to promise me one thing, Mom. Sakura, what is it? Sarada, that you'll one day tell Dad about your feelings, and that Lord Hokage will tell his wife about his feelings as well. It isn't fair for his family. After Sarada had said her piece, Sakura was silent for a moment. Then suddenly her mother gave her a big hug. Sarada felt teardrops on her back and heard Sakura crying. Sakura, thank you, my daughter. You're so understanding. Sarada, Mom, you should head back to bed. You have work tomorrow, right? Sakura, you're right, dear. Sakura wiped her tears and went towards the door, but she wanted to say one more thing to her daughter before heading to bed. Sakura, hey Sarada. Sarada, yeah? Sakura, I'm glad I was able to have such an amazing daughter in my world. Sarada, thanks, Mom. I'm glad to have you in my life as well. Sakura gave her a warm smile before heading to closing the door to her room. Sarada smiled to herself. She felt as if though she did something right. She was willing to accept her mom's feelings for Naruto in the end. She chose this because she wanted her to be happy. The next day, Naruto was working relentlessly. Paperwork after paperwork, file after file. He lucky he lived a new generation where computers were made for situations like this. It helped him organize his stuff a little better. Just when he thought he was done with his first batch of papers, Shikamaru came in with another stack of papers bigger than the last. Naruto, oh boy, just when I thought I was done with this batch. Shikamaru. Yep, and you have the honors of checking those out while I go and see if there's any more for you to take in. Naruto. Yeah, you got it. Shikamaru then proceeded to exit the room. As he was walking down the hallway, he saw Sakura with some papers in hand, which were probably for the Hokage. Shikamaru. Hey Sakura. Sakura. Oh hey Shikamaru. Shikamaru. Are those for Lord Hokage? I can take those off your hand if you'd like. Sakura. No thanks. I'll just take it to him if that's okay with you. Shikamaru. No problem. Take care Sakura. I got some errands to run. Sakura. See you around. They both then proceed to part ways and Sakura made her way to the Hokage office. She opened the door to see that Naruto was hard at work. She was so proud of him. When she closed the door, Naruto took notice and saw that it was Sakura. Sakura. Hey love. Naruto? Sakura? What are you doing here? Sakura. Well, some of the staff in the hospital told me to deliver these papers to you. It's a request for funds. The details should all be in there. Naruto. Oh sure, no problem. I'll be sure to look into this. So, Sakura. Yes? Naruto. What did Sarada say last night? Sakura. Well, Sakura then started walking closer to Naruto and hugged him. Naruto? Sakura? Sakura. Naruto. She accepted us. Naruto. She did. Really? Sakura? Yes, she did. You don't know how happy I was last night. She told us that she wouldn't tell anyone about this. Naruto. Wow. I'm so glad. I'm so happy that I don't get to lose you. Sakura. I'm happy too. But she told us to one day reveal our relationship to our current partners in marriage. Naruto. Yeah, I know. It's pretty much the same thing I told you, Sakura. Remember that night? Sakura. Of course I remember, you dummy. How could I ever forget? I even still remember our first night. Naruto. Yeah, I remember that too. Sakura. Naruto. When that time comes, I hope for it to be soon. I think I'll be ready for it. Naruto. Of you are. You're super strong after all. Sakura. Not as strong as you. They both started to laugh with each other, sharing this small little celebration. Then they shared a quick kiss. Sakura. Well, I'd better head back to the hospital. Naruto. Yeah, I gotta get back to work too. Sakura. Oh, and by the way, Sasuke said he'd be leaving soon. Naruto. Really? Sakura. Yeah, you already know what to do, don't you? Naruto. You bet. Sakura. See you tonight, love. And with that, she left the room, and she left Naruto a little red after what she said. End of Chapter 9. Acceptance, Part 1. Work was finally over for Sakura. She couldn't help but feel a little embarrassed after what he had just to Naruto. Normally, she isn't the type to say such things. She made home, and once she entered the house, she saw Sasuke. Sakura. Oh, hey Sasuke. Sasuke. Hey. How was work? Sakura. It was fine. I got to see Naruto work today. Sasuke. I see. Sakura. Are you hungry? Want me to make you something to eat? Sasuke. Sure. Thanks. Sakura. No problem. She then made her way to the kitchen to prepare something for Sasuke. He followed her. While Sakura was making him something to eat, she noticed that Sasuke kept glanced at by him. She couldn't understand why, so she asked him, Sakura, is something wrong, Sasuke? Sasuke. Sakura. Did something happen while I was away? She froze up. She stopped doing what she was doing, went completely stiff. She had forgotten how sharp her husband was. Sakura. Why do you ask, honey? Sasuke. Well, I noticed that you were acting strange last night. It was like your attitude towards me has completely changed. And after you had finished brushing your teeth, you didn't exactly come back to bed right away. You went to talk to Sarada before you came back to bed. Sounded like it was important. Not to mention you and Sarada didn't talk much during our meal last night, which was odd. Sakura. I see. Sasuke. So, what was you two were talking about last night? Sakura. Sasuke. It's about something that me and someone else were planning on telling you. But since you've already seemed to notice something, I suppose it's only fair to tell you tonight. Sasuke. Something you were planning on telling me? Sakura. Yeah. Sasuke. I see. Very well. She then left the kitchen, leaving Sasuke alone. Sasuke had figured out what was going on in his mind. The only question he had, why it's happening now. Sakura made her out of the house and headed straight for the Hokage mansion. She needed to let Naruto that the moment had come for the two of them. Naruto was taking his break, eating his ramen and watching videos on his computer until he heard his door open and saw that it was Sakura. Naruto? Sakura? What's wrong? Why are you here? Sakura. Naruto. It's Sasuke. I think he knows. Naruto. What? Sakura. Keep it down, you idiot. Naruto. Sorry. How did he know about it? Sakura. I don't think he knows about you. I just think he knows that I'm cheating on him with someone else. As for how he knew, he noticed I was acting strange last night when I was expecting Sarada to tell Sasuke everything about us. He also knew that I talked with Sarada last night. Naruto, I see. So he doesn't know who you're with? Sakura. Yeah. Naruto. I told him that I would tell him everything tonight with you. I think it's time. Naruto. I told you. Sakura. Told me what? Naruto. That you're really strong, Sakura. I'm a little surprised that you wanted to go ahead and tell him first. I thought I'd be the first to tell Hinata. Sakura. Thanks. It means a lot to me coming from you, Naruto. Naruto. So then, I guess it's happening, huh? Sakura. Yeah. We'll start off with me, then you okay? Naruto. No problem. I love you, Sakura. Sakura. I love you too. Sakura then left the office and excited out the mansion. It had already been night, and Sakura was waiting in the living room with Sasuke. She was starting to get nervous with all this silence. He wasn't talking to her, so he must already know what this is about. She was determined, however. If she wanted to continue being with Naruto openly, she needed to get this over with. She didn't want to make the mistake she made with Sarada finding out. There was then knocking on the door, and now it was time. She went to the door and opened. It was Naruto. Naruto. Hey, Sakura. Come in. Naruto then went in and saw Sasuke sitting on the couch. There wasn't a reaction on Sasuke's face. Almost like he knew. Sasuke, Naruto, huh? Naruto. Hey, Sasuke. Sakura then stood next to Naruto with her hands holding his. She was really scared about something physical happening, but nothing happened. Sakura. Sasuke. I'm sorry, but my feelings for you have changed. Sasuke. I see. Was I a bad husband? Sakura. Of course not. It's just, Naruto helped me realize something. Sasuke. And what's that? Sakura. That my feelings for you weren't romantic. In the beginning, I really thought that I loved you. I even went on to marry you, but I realized that my feelings for Naruto never really changed. These feelings that I had forgotten came back to me. I love him. Sasuke didn't say anything. He was taking in what she had to say to him. Then he finally spoke. Sasuke. I figured that this would happen. Sakura, huh? Sasuke. Sakura. Naruto. I know that what I did to the both of you isn't something that most people would just forget. I know that what I did needed to be answered for. It's why I didn't accept the new arm. It's why I took this mission. To protect the Hidden Leaf Village. Sakura. Sasuke. Sasuke. At the time, when the war ended, I really thought that you and Naruto were going to be together, but you didn't, and instead you decided you wanted to be with me. You knew that being with me would cause a lot of loneliness, but you still did it. And so I made a promise to myself. Sakura. A promise? Sasuke. That if you ever were to be with Naruto, then I would accept your feelings for him. Acceptance, Part 2. Sakura. Accept my feelings for him? Sasuke. That's right. Something told me that your feelings for him never truly went away for him, and I knew that Naruto's feelings for you were strong. Stronger than mine. So I decided that if that time ever came, I'd accept your wishes. Naruto. Sasuke. You're serious, aren't you? Sasuke. Yes, I am. Naruto. Even though we hesitated to tell you at first, but then we came to an agreement that we'd tell you, and Hinata. You don't hate me? Sasuke walks up to Naruto. Naruto wasn't sure what he was planning, but he figured it'd be something painful. Then suddenly, Sasuke gave him a hug. It caught Naruto off guard. Sasuke, Naruto, you saved me from becoming something that could have changed my life forever. You were like an older brother to me. You kept charging forward for me no matter how hopeless it seemed. You truly are my best friend, which is why I could never be truly angry with you no matter how dumb and reckless you sometimes tend to be. Naruto was speechless. He didn't know what to say, so all he did was return the hug and let his own tears come. Naruto. Thank you. Sasuke. This means a lot to me. Sakura just watch on. Not saying anything, but giving a smile to the both of them. Then with the hugging stopped Sakura's turn to give his former husband a hug. Sakura. Sasuke. I'm truly grateful. Sasuke. I'm assuming Sarada knows about this? Sakura. Yeah, she was the first to know about this. Sasuke. I see. Once the hugging stopped, Sakura then went back to Naruto's side while holding his hand. Sasuke. So Naruto. I suppose Hinata doesn't know about this? Naruto. Not yet. Seems like I'll have to take the day off tomorrow to go and tell her. Sasuke. Shikamaru's gonna cover you? Naruto. I hope so. Hopefully he won't be too busy. Sasuke. I see. Well, it seems like it's time for me to go. Sasuke then heads to the door and opens it. But before he left, he had one last thing to say. Sasuke. Sakura. When I return to the Leaf, I won't be living here anymore. Sakura. What? Why not? Sasuke. Isn't it obvious? I don't want to disturb the both of you. When this is all over, you'll need to figure out where you two will be living. As for me, I think I'll stay at a hotel until I can figure out where I'll be living. Sakura, Sasuke, are you sure about this? Sasuke, I am. I'm happy for you both. I hope going forward you'll lead happy lives. As he said this, he then closed the door and left. Naruto and Sakura looked at each other and hugged. They were so happy that Sasuke accepted their feelings for each other. They were relieved it didn't go bad for the both of them. Sakura, I'm so glad. Naruto, yeah, me too. They then both shared a quick kiss. Once they stopped, Sakura noticed that Naruto seemed a little worried. Sakura, Naruto, what's wrong? Naruto, oh, it's just, I guess the nerves are just kicking in, hee. Sakura then gave Naruto a big hug. Sakura, I know you can do this, Naruto. I love you. Naruto, yeah, I love you too. Sakura, are you going to spend the night here? Naruto, I would like to, but I think I need to be mentally prepared for tomorrow. Sakura, I understand. I'll see you tomorrow, Naruto. Naruto, yeah. Good night, Sakura. Sakura, good night, love. The night went by, and so a new day had begun. It was morning, and Naruto made it to his office. He was glad to see that Shikamaru was present in his office today. Shikamaru, yo Hokage-sama. Naruto, Shikamaru, I'm glad you're here. Listen, can you do me a favor? Shikamaru, of course. What is it? Naruto, I have something very important to discuss with my wife. Can you cover me for right now? Shikamaru, cover for you? Is it that important? Naruto, it kinda is. It's fine if you can't. Shikamaru, oh, it's not a problem. How long will you be gone for? Naruto, don't exactly know, but I'll be sure it doesn't take too long. Shikamaru, all right then. See ya. Naruto, thanks a lot, Shikamaru. He then made his way to his house feeling nervous, but the thought of Sakura's words last night made the nerves go away. He was determined to get this done, no matter how painful it'll be for the both of them. As he made his way to the house, he spotted Sakura at the front entrance of the house. Sakura, hey Naruto. Naruto, hey. Sakura, are you ready? Naruto took a deep breath and tried to calm himself down. The whole thing was starting to get to him, but knowing that Sakura was going to be there with him all the way was putting him at ease a little. Naruto, yeah, I'm ready. Then they both proceeded to walk through the entrance and made their way to the house. They made their way inside the house to see that Hinata was cleaning the living room. She turned around surprised to see her husband and her friend. Hinata, Naruto, Sakura, what are you both doing here? Shouldn't you two be working? Naruto, Hinata, are the kids at school? Hinata, yes, of course. What's going on? Naruto, Hinata, you should sit down. We need to talk. End of part 2. Next chapter might be the last. I'll think about whether or not I'll have an epilogue for this story. Acceptance. Hinata took a seat on the recliner while Naruto and Sakura sat down on the couch across from Hinata. She looked at Naruto to see that he was looking at the ground, not making direct eye contact with her. He was really nervous, but mustered up enough courage to look Hinata in the eyes. Naruto, Hinata, everything that you've done for me up to this point is something that I'm truly grateful for. If I'm being honest, back then I always thought that I would walk my path of Hokage alone. Then I realized that I was never really walking this path alone. You were there to help me move forward to my dream. Hinata, Naruto, why? Are you telling me all this? Sakura? Hinata turned to Sakura, trying to get an answer from her, but she couldn't answer her. She couldn't even look her in the eyes. Then she was beginning to realize what all this could be about. The thought alone was starting to hurt her emotionally. Naruto, Hinata, I'm in love with Sakura. Hinata didn't say a word. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. She then felt tears pouring out from her eyes. In the moment, she believed it was all her fault. Hinata, was I a bad wife? She looked up to Naruto to see that he also began shedding tears. She was surprised to see this. Naruto, of course not. You've always been there for me. Even though I had never noticed it, you were there for me from the very beginning. We brought a son and daughter into our world. Something that I've only ever thought about in my head, but you helped make it come true. I'm grateful for Boruto and Himawari's existence. Hinata, I thought you loved me. I really thought nothing could change our future as a family. I guess I was wrong, Naruto. I did. I really did love you, Hinata. Ever since the day we both got together, I made a promise to myself. That promise was to forget about my feelings about Sakura to make room for our future, but I didn't realize just how hard it was for me to do that. Hinata was silent for a brief moment. Naruto hated seeing her like this. It was starting to take a toll on him emotionally. The woman that cared for him so much was now going through a train wreck of emotional pain, all because of Naruto. Sakura then broke the silence. Sakura, Hinata, I still remember that day I realized your feelings for him. At the time, I didn't know why you loved him. In my eyes, I just saw him as an idiot going on about becoming Hokage, and I only drew my attention to Sasuke in hopes that he realizes my feelings for him. So I rooted for you and supported your feelings for him so that I didn't have to deal with him. But I never realized what you saw in him until it was too late. Hinata, Sakura. Sakura. When Naruto came back from our 2-year training, I realized that he had gotten really strong. During our time together without Sasuke being part of Team 7, I started to see more and more of the Naruto you were seeing. Back then, I only saw an idiot because of his interference with me and Sasuke, but as we started becoming more mature, I started seeing more of a boy who really cared for others no matter how cruelly they treated him. Naruto and Hinata were both surprised to hear Sakura say all this. They certain that she would have very little to say about all this. Sakura. Then time passed. We went on completing missions for Lady Tsunade, and before I knew it, I fell in love with him. Hinata. You never told me about this? Sakura. How could I? Our friends already knew your feelings for him. It was plain as day, which is why I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want our friendship to crumble because of my feelings for him, so I kept it a secret. Until, of course, that time in the Land of Iron. Naruto. You mean, that time when you confessed to me? You really meant that? Sakura. Yes. When Sai told me about your true feelings, I was really happy, but at the same time I was worried. I was worried that you were taking this promise too far for me, so I had to stop you. Even though it pained me to confess to you knowing that full well about Hinata's feelings, it felt like a lot of weight just wore off of me. Hinata, you confessed? To him? Sakura, I'm sorry I never told you. It just didn't seem relevant when he rejected me. Naruto, Hinata, I'm sorry too. The room went silent. As the both of them then proceeded to get up from the couch, they then bow their heads to Hinata to apologize for what they have done. Hinata looked at them both. Hinata, please, raise your heads. They both did as she asked. Hinata, does Sasuke know about this? Sakura, he does, and he approved of us being together. Hinata, I see. Naruto, Hinata, if you don't, then you don't have to approve of us being together. Hinata, huh? Naruto, throughout our times with knowing each other here in the Leaf, I've always seen that you unnecessarily force yourself to do things you don't want to, whether it was for me or not. So I don't want you to do the same thing with this situation. Of course, calling things off with Sakura won't really change anything, so I'll be sure to move out and find someplace else to stay. Hinata, Naruto, I've always wondered, what exactly were you thinking? Both Sakura and Naruto were confused with what Hinata was talking about. Naruto, what do you mean? Hinata, ever since you saved me from those bullies when we were kids, I've always wondered why you even bothered to do so. Ever since that day, I've been interested in you. I followed you and kept an eye on you. As we grew up, I started to realize that you never really had a reason to help someone you don't know. It seemed like it just came naturally to you. It's why I fell in love with you. It's why I decided to be someone like you. Naruto, Hinata, what are you saying? Hinata, Naruto, the day you nearly died to pain. And when you saved the village, I decided to support you in every way possible. Sakura, Hinata? Hinata then got up from the couch and suddenly hugged Naruto. He was caught off guard from this, and Sakura wasn't expecting this as well. He then felt tears dripping on his shoulder. Hinata, I want you to be happy, Naruto. End of chapter 10. Hardships. Naruto, Hinata, why? Hinata, why what Naruto? Naruto, ever since I was just a little kid, I was completely hated by the village. People didn't see me for who I truly am, which is why I did so many pranks, but then there was you. While you didn't talk much to me when we were little kids, I knew that you were a really nice person that saw having a conversation with me difficult. For me to do this to you. For me to end this marriage like this because of my feelings. Why? Why are you angry with me? More tears started to pour down from Naruto's eyes as his hug with Hinata got a little tighter. Sakura began to cry a bit as well. Hinata, Naruto, it's because I love you. There's nothing that you yourself could ever do that could make me angry with you. They both stood there for a moment, taking in their final moments of embrace for letting each other. Naruto, so then, I guess this is it then. Hinata, yeah, it seems so. Naruto, Hinata, I'm glad I was able to save you that day. Hinata, and I'm glad you did. Naruto, Boruto, I knew it. Everyone in the living room froze when they heard the familiar voice. They turned to see that it was Boruto. Naruto, be Boruto? Why are you here? Boruto, I skipped school today and followed you. I knew there was something going on, but I didn't want to believe it. Hinata, Boruto, Boruto, you ungrateful bastard. How could you? Just when I thought you couldn't get any worse. Naruto, Boruto, Boruto, shut your mouth. Sakura, Boruto, please calm down. Boruto, you shut up as well. And what about your husband Sasuke, huh? Wasn't enough for you, so you want to try and mess up our family? After that, Sakura didn't say a word. She couldn't really say anything in defense since what Boruto was saying was right. Her family may have accepted her, but she knew that Naruto's family would take this news rough. Naruto, Boruto, that's enough. Please just calm down. And suddenly Boruto charged straight towards his dad and kicked him in the face. Boruto, I thought I told you to shut up. Hinata, Naruto. Naruto fell straight to the ground after the sudden kick to the face, while Boruto continued to attack his dad. He got on top of him and started to bring down a rain of punches on his own dad. But Naruto didn't seem to make any attempt to defend himself or even tried to get Boruto off of him. Hinata was going to help Naruto, but he simply lifted his hand up to Hinata and motioned her to not interfere with what Boruto's doing. He knew that this would be the only way for his son to calm down, so he took his rage and punches. This wasn't his first time he had to deal with a situation like this. He was beginning to lose vision from his right eye and blood starting running from his nose. The punches were beginning to slow down as he felt tears dropping on his chest. With one right eye still working, he looked to see that Boruto was beginning to cry. The flow of punches completely stopped, and all that was left was a beaten-up Naruto and a tear-filled Boruto. Boruto, why? Didn't you defend yourself? Naruto, because I've never really been the kind to hurt my own child. Boruto, you old bastard. Saying stuff like that at a time like this. Naruto, I'm sorry, Boruto. I failed you and your sister as a father. Boruto, don't be an idiot. Naruto, huh? Boruto got off of his dad and Naruto managed to gain enough strength to stand back up. Boruto, I know I'm young, but I'm not dumb as well. I understand how you feel, and just thinking about that really angers me. Naruto, Boruto, I know all this is way too sudden, and I'm sorry you had to find out like this, but it's the truth. I'm in love with Sakura. Boruto didn't bother to look at his father. He just continued staring at the floor, wondering whether or not this was truly reality. Boruto, more than your actual family? Naruto, Boruto, I love you and your younger sister. When the both of you were born, I was pretty much the happiest man I could ever be, but your mother and I have feelings that I decided to try and forget about a long time ago, Boruto. It was to try and build a new future for this family, but as it turns out, it was a lot harder than I thought. Boruto, I don't even know what to say to you. Naruto, whatever's on your mind. Whether it's bad or good, just know that I'll always love you and your sister. After listening to what his dad had to say, he didn't know what to do. Crying seemed to be the only thing that he could do, but then he decided on something. Boruto, I want time. Naruto, time? Boruto, I want time to process this. I need to think about all this. Naruto, of course, Boruto. He went upstairs to his room and landed face first on his bed. The day seemed to be long for him, which was probably enough time for him to think about what happened. End of chapter 11. What matters most? It was a new day for Boruto. He had taken the day off from school with the exception of his mother and father. After what had happened the other day, it was only right for him to be given enough time for him to think about the situation. He noticed that during the night his father would still come home to sleep on the couch. Boruto was under the impression that his father would be staying at Sakura's house since they're together, but yet he's not living with her. He didn't quite understand why he did this, so he kept his distance from him in the house whenever it was just the two of them. It was dark out. Boruto was laying down on his bed still thinking about his old man and his mom. Then he heard a knock on the door and asked who was knocking. It was his mother. Hinata, may I come in, Boruto? Boruto, sure. She opens the door and closes it. Boruto then sits upright and his mother sits down with him. Hinata, are you all right, honey? Boruto, yeah. Though I should be asking you that question, Mom. Hinata, why's that? Boruto, after what happened that day. After what Dad said to us. Why is he still sleeping here? Hinata, well, when you went to your room, and when Sakura left, Naruto wanted something. He begged me to let him continue living here until he's heard your true feelings. Boruto, why? Why do you still insist on helping him, Mom? Don't you care about what he did to us? Hinata, honey, your father is someone that's truly special to me. As a child, he didn't really have anyone to rely on. He reminded me of myself when I was a kid. I was always very shy and timid. It was hard for me to have a conversation with anyone, especially your father. Boruto, so, you're telling me you forgive him? Hinata, Boruto, I know what you're thinking right now. Of course, what he did to turn this family into what it is now is certainly unforgivable. You have every right to think the way you're thinking right now, but for me to hate someone because of their feelings they can't control is something I can't do. Boruto, even after all of that, you still care about him? Hinata, silly huh? Boruto, I don't know. Hinata, Boruto, Whatever your heart tells you to do. Just know that your father will always love you, and so will I." She kissed his son's forehead and left the room. Boruto sat there, thinking about what his mother had to say, then looked at the old picture of him and his family. They seemed really happy. He was wondering where the old days had gone. It was already dark out. He decided to take a little walk outside. Hinata, of course, told him to not stay out too long, so he made sure to make his short little adventure a quick one. He then made it to the village park that was dedicated to the first Hokage Hashirama Senju. As he made his way into the park, he noticed someone sitting on a bench by themselves. It was Sakura. Boruto was surprised to see her out late at night. Boruto didn't really want to converse with her after what happened. He was about to turn until Sakura already noticed him. "Sakura, oh. Hey Boruto." At that point, it was already too late for Boruto to walk away. So he then decided to converse with her. "Boruto, hey Sakura." "Sakura, what are you doing out here so late at night?" "Boruto, I could ask you the same thing." "Sakura, I guess you can, huh? Why don't you come sit with me?" "Boruto, sure." Boruto then sat on the same bench as Sakura and made sure he kept his distance. "Boruto, so, why are you out here?" "Sakura, me first, huh? Well, I guess I just had a lot on my mind, so I figured I'd come here while it's nice and peaceful. What about you?" "Boruto, I'm also thinking about stuff. I just wanted to take a little walk outside, and I ended walking to this park." "Sakura, I see." "Boruto, hey, I'm sorry." "Sakura, sorry? For what?" "Boruto, for what I said that day. I shouldn't have said that to you." "Sakura." "Boruto, it's okay. It's what I get really." "Boruto, what do you mean?" "Sakura, well, all of this happened because of me. When your father told me about his feelings, I should have done the right thing and helped him snap back into reality, but I didn't. Instead, I also let my feelings take control and decided what was right for me. He awoke in feelings I had for him for a very long time." "Boruto, Sakura, how long have you loved my dad for?" "Sakura, well, when I first met him, I just thought of him as a complete idiot, but as time passed, I grew to love him. I wanted to tell him my feelings, but I just couldn't." "Boruto, why not?" "Sakura, because your mother also loved him. She was a dear friend to me, so I decided to keep quiet about my feelings. I knew that Hinata loved him for a really long time, so I cheered her on and helped her." "Boruto, I see." Boruto's head was starting to hurt. He had a question in his head that he kept in his head. He kept repeating the same question in his head. What matters most? His happiness? Or his father's? He also thought about how his little sister would react to all this. She's still too young to understand the dire situation. "Boruto, I'm just really worried about my little sister." "Sakura, Himawari?" "Boruto, she's still too young to understand any of this. The thought of her learning about all this is really painful to imagine." "Sakura, it pains me too." It got really quiet. Then Boruto realized that he had stayed out for a little too long and decided that it was time to head back home. "Boruto, well, I think I stayed here for too long. I gotta go now." "Sakura, it is time, isn't it? Well then, see you around." The two got up and left in the direction they came from. Boruto made it home, but noticed that the lights in the living room were on. He went in to see that his mother was sleeping on the couch. She must have fallen asleep while waiting for Boruto to return. Boruto then grabbed a blanket and covered Hinata with it. Just as Boruto was about to enter his room, he heard his little sister humming a little song in her room. He peeked through the crack of the door and saw that his little sister was drawing on a piece of paper while on the floor. He decided to make himself present. "Boruto, hey Himawari. Oh, hi big brother." "Boruto, what you got there? Making another drawing?" "Himawari, yep. This one is of you and me." Boruto looked at the piece of drawing that his little sister had created. It was indeed a drawing of stick figures. One of them had yellow hair and the other purple. They were both sitting on what looked like a tree. "Boruto, it's nice, Hima. I like it." "Himawari, thanks." "Boruto, hey Hima, can I ask you something?" "Himawari, sure. What is it?" "Boruto, well, say if dad loved someone else and not mom anymore, what would you do?" Himawari thought about the question her older brother asked. She wasn't too sure about the question, but thought really hard about it nonetheless. Then she came up with an answer. "Himawari, well, I think I'd be a little sad. Knowing that he doesn't love mom anymore and thinking about how she would be sad too makes me a little sad." "Boruto, is that so?" "Himawari, but I think I'd be happy for daddy too." "Boruto, really? Why?" "Himawari, well, that's because happiness is what matters most." End of chapter 12. One day, Boruto was laying on his bed. His sister's words kept repeating in his head. Given the fact that his sister is still a little too young, he thought that her answer to his question would be a little silly, But what she said to him helped him figure out what he wants to do about all this. He went downstairs to see if his father was there, and sure enough, he was. He was still sleeping on the couch. He got closer to his dad and started to push him a little to wake him up, but it didn't seem to wake him. Just as he was about to give up, he came up with an idea. It wasn't anything new. In fact, it was something he would always do to his father if nothing else managed to wake him up. He leaped into the air and landed on his dad. Knocking the air out of his dad was yet again the method that best worked for Boruto. Naruto, be Boruto. What the hell are you doing? Why do you always choose to wake me up like this? Boruto, I wonder why. Naruto, geez. What is it? Boruto, I just wanted to tell you. Tomorrow's my last day off. I've made up my mind. Naruto, made up your mind? Boruto, yes. We'll talk at Sarada's house in the afternoon. Make sure she's there too, Dad. Naruto, of course, but why not just tell me now? Boruto, I want her to hear my thoughts as well. Just do it, okay? Naruto, sure, no problem, Boruto. Boruto, thank you. Good night. Boruto walked back upstairs and into his room, leaving his father by himself in the living room. It was finally a new day. Naruto had already left to work. He kept remembering his son's words from last night. Today was the day he would get to hear his true thoughts about this relationship. Time had passed. It was time for him to head to Sakura's house. He had already told Sakura of what was to take place in her house, so he figures she should already be home. He knocked on the door and Sakura was there to answer it. Sakura. Hey. Naruto. Hey. Is Boruto there? Sakura. Yeah. We were waiting for you. Come in. He entered the house and saw his son sitting down on a couch while staring outside the window. Boruto. Hey, Dad. Sakura and Naruto sat down on the couch across from Boruto. Naruto. Well, we're here now. Boruto. Yes, you are. Boruto stood up from the couch and got in front of the two. Boruto. I know that I'm still a kid. I don't completely understand why you would do something like this to Mom. Dad, what you did is unforgivable. What you've done to this family is unforgivable. Which is why I can't support your relationship with her. Sakura and Naruto expected this to happen, which is why they weren't surprised to hear those words. Naruto. Boruto, I understand. It's all right too. Boruto, I'm not finished. Naruto. What? Boruto, I talked with Mom the day after I overheard your confession. Even after what you did, she still defends you. I didn't get it. I didn't understand why she had such strong feelings for someone who does things behind their backs. Naruto didn't say a word. He knew that everything that has led to this moment happened because of his own personal feelings. Sakura was attempting to hold back her tears. She was tired of all the crying she had done yesterday. Boruto. Then, I thought about Hima. At first, I thought that her finding out about this would break her heart, but I was wrong. Naruto. Boruto. Did you? Boruto. Of course I didn't. I told her how she would react if you ended up not loving Mom anymore. Do you know what she told me, Dad? Naruto was a bit hesitant for a moment to answer him. Naruto. What? Boruto. She told me that a part of her would be really sad, but then she said that she'd also be happy for you. Sakura and Naruto were surprised to hear this. Especially Naruto. Naruto. Did you ask her why? Naruto noticed tears coming out of Boruto. Boruto, I did. Naruto, what did she say? Boruto. That happiness is what matters most. Tears were pouring down from as he said this. Sakura couldn't hold back her tears anymore, and Naruto didn't know how to respond to what he had just heard. Was this his daughter approving of their relationship? Boruto, I may not be able to support your relationship, but I'm also not the kind of person to separate two people for something they can't control. Naruto. Boruto, does this mean? Boruto, you better come visit us sometimes when you're not working, okay, old man? Naruto froze for a moment. Then he began to cry. He wanted his son to embrace him. Naruto. Thank you, Boruto. Boruto, come on, Dad, cut it out. Sakura just watched on while smiling, wiping away her tears. Boruto eventually stopped fighting the hug and gave in. Boruto. Dad. Naruto, yeah? Boruto. I may be just a kid right now, but maybe one day I can when I'm older. I'll be able to understand everything. Naruto. I hope so. End of chapter 13. End. What happens next? The day was young. Boruto had returned home, leaving both Naruto and Sakura by themselves. Naruto. So I suppose that's that then. Sakura. Yeah, I guess it is. Naruto sat down on the couch close to Sakura and wrapped an arm around her. Sakura laid her head on his chest, taking in this moment as the string of events that caused her so much stress had finally ended. Sakura. So, what happens now? Naruto. Well, I guess now we got to let the others know about all this. Sakura. Oh, that's right, the others. Naruto. You think you can handle that? Sakura. After what we just went through, I have a feeling telling them won't be so hard. Naruto. As long as we're together, we'll pull through this. Sakura. Yeah. They then hugged each other for what seemed like forever. Then suddenly, Naruto kissed Sakura. She was surprised but then quickly returned the kiss. After a while of kissing, they then both went upstairs and into Sakura's room. They figured they should seize the opportunity to get intimate with each other, seeing that Sarada is still not home. Naruto, Sakura, I love you. He kissed her forehead and noticed that Sakura was smiling a little bit. He then went back to sleep, letting the night pass and bringing forth a new day. End of final chapter.